All right, so we're back and we're going to talk to a couple of our people now that they know that we are Revan and see if they have anything new to say. If not, we'll go to Mission's brother and turn in his quest and see what happens there.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Want to talk about me being Darth Revan?
If you're ready to talk, then yes.
I am ready.
So am I.
This is going to be my third time, and the last time I played this game was about 19 years ago. yeah, it's been a while.
I can't hate you. I tried. I wanted to hold you responsible for all the things you've done for my wife, for Telos, for Dustil. But I can't. I got the revenge I always wanted when Saul died. But it hasn't brought me the peace that I thought it would. Despite whatever part of Revan is inside you, the darkness that must surely be there, it isn't who you are. That's why I can't hate you, why I don't want any more revenge. You don't have to be Revan. You can be so much more. Whatever the Jedi did to you, they gave you that chance. Whatever's happened up until this point, there's going to come a time very soon where you're going to have to make a choice, and there won't be any turning back. Well, then I hope I can save you from yourself.
Gameplay is not impressive in your opinion? Yeah, it's a different type of gameplay. It's more of like it's kind of like the MMO cooldown type of gameplay where you initiate combat, you choose the action in which you want the action to be chosen, and the action is initiated, there's a cooldown, then you choose whatever actions you want afterwards, and so there's a waiting period on actions and everything like that. And since they're remaking the game, they could either keep that type of combat within the remake, or they could do what Final Fantasy did with their remake and make it a little bit more action oriented, where Final Fantasy did have it to where you can attack at any time and all that, and then they had like skills that had cooldown effects. So I think if you're not really particularly liking the combat in the original KOTOR, they might do some changes within the remake that might make it more interesting towards you, depending on what type of gameplay you like. So, there you go. There you go.
How can you possibly be Raven? The Jedi whose troops saved me on Taris. It was Revan, leading an army out to defeat the Mandalorians. It was you. I knew when I heard that you had become the Dark Lord of the Sith, that something was wrong with it. The man who saved me could never go completely to the dark side. It is good to know that you have truly changed. It gives me hope. I do not think now that I will fall to the dark side. I only have to look at you and follow by your example.
Good.
There is no way I can fail.
Who knows if I'm pulling a Darth Sidious on you? Unlimited power. I love that. That's like my favorite part in the original series. Is just Darth Sidious, and just like all his lines are just gold.
Yes, that is true. I suppose you would know better than I. I will never forget what you did for me, even if you do not remember it.
What do you feel about me being Darth Revan, apparently? I am drinking coffee. Yep. In the morning, I just really need a cup of Joe. So, Laura and I make coffee in the morning, and I drink it until it's done, and then I go on from there. Usually it's water afterwards. During the weekdays, I only drink coffee and water. And I think I drink a little too much coffee than what I'm really supposed to. So, you kind of have that thing going on. What was the first game I played? Either on stream or just first game I played in general. Like, what brought me into the gaming world? Okay. Well, if the question is what's the first game I ever streamed on JTV back in 2007, it was, I think, BioShock. It was either BioShock or something a little bit before that. BioShock was the first game. And when I got back into streaming on Twitch around, I'm going to say 2016, I think it was Horizon Zero Dawn. The first game I ever played in my life was, I think, my memory serves me correctly, and it was also, I was like 3 years old at the time. Mortal Kombat 2. So you got that. Yeah, I think that was the game. And I think it was on the Genesis. It was either the Genesis, the Sega Genesis, or something else. But I played all of the consoles even before the Genesis. So I played my SNES, NES. I played the Atari consoles, the many of Atari consoles that they've had. I've even played a lot of the older arcade cabinets. Because back in the 90s, they still had the old school arcade cabinets for like Donkey Kong and stuff, like, all that stuff, even some of the older fighter stuff. So that was a lot of the games I've played in the past. So I had a very nice upbringing when it came to video games. It's pretty nice. I got to play all the old school games and all new school. All that new school fangled stuff.
You got yourself a fast little ship? I'd forgotten what engine sounded like. The closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an uller in mating season. Ugh, frightful. Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of the synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing? I'm old, damn it. I'm allowed to be enigmatic when I want.
I played Shenmue in the past, and I still kind of plan on playing it on stream one day. Just got to figure out when.
Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny, all of that. Breath like a bantha.
Yeah, Shenmue is going to be an interesting playthrough if I ever get to it. I got to remember. So I know I had the first two on PC, and I'm trying to remember if I have the ability to play them on console as well. But if I do, that means that feature playthrough of the Shenmue series is coming. Excuse me. That's why I have a mute mic button. I don't want to blast your ears out if I sneeze. But yeah, I haven't really played a lot of Shenmue. In the past, I couldn't really get into Shenmue because it wasn't the type of game I was into at first. But now that I'm older and my liking of different type of video games have grown over time. I mean, hell, I'm a person that can play a hunting game for hours and hours and hours. I can play a fishing game for hours and hours and hours, days upon days, and I won't get tired of it. So games like Shenmue and all that shouldn't be too much of a problem for me. So being able to stream that type of game too shouldn't be a problem either, because we played a lot more boring games than Shenmue. Shenmue. So I think Shenmue is still on the table, at least when it comes to the stream.
Oh, very funny. Is it my fault that some people are so easily annoyed? They're like impatient little children with blasters. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Andor Vex was his name. The force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was. No, you wouldn't have. Sometimes swirling force is just swirling force. It gets us old Jedis excited at our age, so we go, ooh, destiny. Well, it turned out that poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall. I don't know. Are you overconfident? I hadn't noticed. Even if I had, I would never comment on it. We're talking about Andor, remember? Let's see. Oh yes, Andor's downfall. I was pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring. Well, let's just say that I was a strapping young lad with a full head of hair, and Coruscant was a small town with a well. I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fellow, big teeth. Krat has us hauled onto the bridge of his ship for questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand. Of course he did. Haven't you been listening? It was not in the way you'd probably expect, though. Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable and starts making all sorts of demands.
Oh, boy.
Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am?
Oh.
Krat decides...
Oh, did you try and post a link?
He's crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed, too, or this could have just been gurgling noises. Well, anyway. Finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming. Maybe Andor hit something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms are ringing.
Yeah, so, if you are going to try and post a link, I didn't know it was forbidden. Share links. It's only forbidden for new people in the channel. I think after you've watched this channel for 10 hours, then you're free to post links. So once you've been pretty much a regular we consider you've been in this channel for 10 hours, you can freely post links. If you want to post a link, I can give you permission. So I can give you permission right now if you want to share the link. Give me a second. I'm going to permit you. So you have 30 seconds to post the link if you want. And then I can kind of look at the link and everything.
Everyone panics and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dimians never quite recovered. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you? What, are you kidding? What are the odds of that happening anyway? 1 billion to 1? You should do so well as to be sucked into the engine of some evil Sith Lord, you know. Andor was a hero. Sort of. Anyway,
Sort of.
my throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoo!
Yeah, definitely make sure you're speaking English in the channel. I know it's I just have to make sure you type something that's not bigotry. Just making sure. Just making sure. Because I don't know the language. English. Can I share it now? Yeah, you can. Give me a minute. 30 seconds has passed. Give me. I gotta have to give you another permission. Dun, 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 dun. There you go. Now you can pair it. Yeah, just make sure to type in English, because I'm not multilingual. Bilingual. I don't know what people say when they speak in different languages.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master. Statement. Yes, Master.
Yes, you can.
You created me shortly after you and your apprentice began your war to conquer the galaxy. I was sent on an assassination mission into Mandalorian space, but I was damaged and unable to return to you. Exclamation. I find this most distressing. I could certainly have protected you from the Jedi and your pupil's betrayal had I returned.
Open it. Mute. Oh, I'm not going to be able to watch this channel. It's not in English. Yeah, that is not a YouTube channel I'm going to be able to enjoy. It's not in English. Unless they have English subtitles.
Observation. You may be right, Master. This way we are reunited, and neither of us has suffered permanent termination.
Looks like me. Alright, I gotta have to look at him again. How does this person look like me? Is it because he's bald and he has a goatee? I'm looking at his trailer for his channel right now. I wouldn't necessarily say he looks like me. It's because he's bald and he has a beard. That's about it. He's bald and he has a beard. He doesn't have my facial features, though. He's not Italian enough. Definitely not Italian enough. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Observation. You are different in many fundamental ways, Master. You have a concern for life that is unsettling. This cannot solely be caused by memory loss. I do not know how to explain it. Regardless, you do seem to be improved overall from the human I once knew.
That's good.
Damn, Daniel.
Master, though,
Damn,
you
Daniel.
never did make me privy to any of the Starforge's secrets. Commentary. Your former pupil is efficient and brutal, even for an organic. I rather liked him when you first introduced me to him. If I had known what he would do to you, Master, I would have gladly removed his entrails right then.
Damn, HK.
Answer. It was you who programmed me thus, Master.
I programmed him to say
Exactly
that.
what I thought of him, and I informed him of his meatbag status. He was unimpressed, but you found the reference humorous. You changed my programming so that I would continue to use the term. It drove your pupil to extreme lengths of frustration.
Oh, so he was the original meatbag.
Observation. Of course you do, Master. You did then as well.
It's kind of funny. That's where the origin of the term meatbag comes from. Revan wanted to have HK-47 address him as meatbag.
As you desire, Master. Signing off.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, what do you want?
Oh, he has nothing else to say?
Hey, don't worry. A real warrior knows there anything else you...
Oh,
Your
that's
choice.
it. Alright, I'm gonna look at my lightsabers real quickly. Make sure there's no better thing than this. Threat range. Only got red and yellows right now. I think my lightsabers are pretty much optimized to the point to where I can't optimize them. 3. Attack of 3. So I don't know if attack of 3 is better or damage of 3 is better with massive criticals. It might be better if I just have massive criticals on hand, because I do have a chance to do more criticals than usual. So damage of 2, but blaster deflection of 5, attack of 3, and attack of 1, but critical threat range of times 2. Don't have a new scope for him. That's good. That's wait, can I? No. And that's good. Melee. I don't think we have. Nah, we don't have anything new. We don't have anything. Alright, now to talk to Mission. Oh wait, no. Mission, maybe she'll have some new dialogue. Maybe about the Revan stuff, but we'll probably talk to Mission one more time after we're done with her brother's quest.
Hey there, what can I do for you? It seems to me that if you don't really remember anything about being Revan, then it doesn't really matter anymore. You are who you are now, right?
I'll turn up the game audio a little bit. We had it on the settings of Elden Ring. Elden Ring is a much louder game in the...
I don't see the Sith Lord standing here. I see a friend who's been with us through thick and thin. Remember, Malik's the one who tried to destroy Taris. Big Z and I will stick by you. We owe you our lives. We won't desert you now.
Why did it do that? That was weird. It like kicked me out of the dialogue animation. That's alright, I guess. We're gonna have him, her. Always nice to have that. Ta-da! Everyone leveled up. What's my favorite game? That's a hard question because I never really actually figured out what my favorite game would be. I don't think I have a favorite game. I just don't. It always changes. I guess it just depends on what I'm enjoying that current year. You know? I guess I need to make a list of my favorite games like of said year since I've been born. So favorite game of 1990 and on. And just kind of choose what is my favorite game, and then people can like choose like what game is like considered like the best. It was like, there you go. Yeah, I'm not a person that can choose a favorite game, because that means it's greater than all the other games I played, and I played too many games that are way different than each other to actually have a favorite game. It's not a question I could never answer due to the fact that I just don't have one. That is my answer. I just don't have one. Oh, you like Fortnite? Hey, at least you enjoy it. Oh. Oh, you weren't serious. I was gonna say, are you serious? I mean, if you are serious, good on you. But if you're not, then good on you. Usually you put a kappa at the end of that.
Ka ching chana na wagapa kon. Kavatupaku peleon ponantea. Chi gratu loda pograshi oniu komba chintono muchuba. Loda dita kun. Ita patisa batua kachatutonga. Pagrasha kon tijaka Chubakaha chopa chawachuish yunku. Jodo jidbungarantang. Runda di hotonga.
Gunda di Hadoha.
Wanakun.
No! The fucking wire! I'm charging the controller right now and it turned off the damn system. We might be able to save it. Fucking wire. I need to set up the Xbox in a certain way to where it doesn't do that. I hate it that it's so sensitive. Let's see if it's still in the middle of that dialogue. I didn't really fully turn off the system. Oh, thank God. Oh, I need to restart the game, motherfuckers. Damn it. I should have known. I should have known that was going to happen eventually. Motherfucker. Adjusted my leg, the wire tapped the freaking button. The wire! It was the wire that turned off the console. Xbox One power button, way too fucking sensitive. It shouldn't turn off unless you've held it down for like maybe 2 seconds. Not a tap. It's ridiculous. I really hope the autosave is good. Okay, thank God. What do I think about Steam Deck? I think it would be pretty useful for certain games. You can't play your whole entire library though, sadly. But apparently Xbox Game Pass is going to Steam Deck, which is pretty cool. Okay, we've heard this. Okay.
Tak, bis tu ponko koki bakbaka. Ching pala chiska mule tunarana nu prata donko sicha tuma wamama tus keba toma. Nisha julorcha kinkuno bule rajikun. Kuyami juz chikata na patoga ya hulki gokogala jiji. Gawana bot atagwa. Kagidora tikun watatimona ia bola.
Biggest obstacle for developing games in the first place is just mainly getting it out. That's one of the biggest obstacles for game development. It's just trying to even get the game out there in the first place.
Shagji locha wana wama? Kava volpa mulji gumana? Kinshun shishineng chene kun no bale mule raji kun?
I think one of the biggest obstacles is also finances. Financing your game development. Gameplay over graphics any day. That's why I'm playing this.
Dolpa da bonqualeo gondona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto dun. Chilamulane ni dubobo. Wonga kumbisjang ba mulira. Kachi kun.
I'm not much of a graphics person. I can play something very beautiful, then go and play something like this that didn't age too well, and still enjoy it. Yeah, graphics isn't a very big thing for me. As long as the art direction, maybe, If there's a story, hopefully there's a good story. Gameplay has to be definitely a strong point in it. No, you can ask as many questions as you want. I'll definitely answer them as long as they're not, stupid questions. Because there is such thing as stupid questions. Because usually a stupid question leads into a stupid answer.
Ang abog siya umnina, wanga kumbis keng balemuraya. Johnny yon tunjiji idadwana. Kavavol pa mulji gumana? Kavadumpa ku palia mukapata. Bonana chaku. Ikung kono bule marachi ko.
He wants me to buy these items from his partner. Korban? Ah, we're gonna go to Korban next, I guess. My first anime I ever watched, my dad introduced me to a VHS of the Dragon Ball Z Saiyan Saga. That's what introduced me to anime. Dragon Ball Z. That was my first one. I don't remember how old I was. I think I was still in the United States before going to Germany, maybe. That, or I came back from Germany. I'm not too sure, though. But yeah, I was introduced to anime with Dragon Ball Z. So, thanks, Dad. You got me addicted to anime. Now I am trying so hard to find good anime. It is so hard to find good anime now. Because you have to sift through all the trash that gets released on a seasonal basis just to find the next anime you're gonna like. It's so fucking difficult. Just so much trash out there. I purposely try and avoid anime that has students in it. Anime that's based around like high school or any type of school in general. I avoid those anime like the plague. I also try and avoid isekais. Isekais have been plaguing anime for a number of years now, and I'm kind of done with isekais unless they're like humorous. They make fun of isekais. Then I'll watch those. But yeah, damn. It's hard being an anime fan. You love Naruto and only Naruto? I have never watched Naruto. I've watched like maybe 3 episodes, but I never actually watched anything more than that. I couldn't get into ninjas looking like the way they do in Naruto. It was very hard for me to get into that. I think it's just the art design on how the characters look is what kind of turned me away from Naruto. That and the main character. I think if I watched it in Japanese, maybe I'll like it a little bit more. But I think I first watched it when it was dubbed. And it was very hard to get into that. It was really hard. I did not like the character's voice or anything. That might sound pretty harsh, but it was pretty bad. Grief.
I knew you'd come through for me. I knew I could count on you. You do have a tech land for me, right?
I have 3.
Come to Papa, you sweet simian organ. It may not look like much, but once I turn this into a bottle of Torresian ale, it'll end up being worth a fortune. Thanks, Mission. You won't regret helping me out with this.
Please, Griff, let this be the last time. No more cons, no more scams, no more schemes. That's
yeah,
all
the
I
subversion.
Hey, sis, no need to worry about that. I've turned over a new leaf. From now on, I'm gonna stay out of trouble and do things right. And once we've cornered the market on Torresian ale, good things will be heading my way.
Then I'll make it up to your mission. Just wait, you'll see. You know, once we synthesize this and start brewing Teresian ale in mass quantities, we're gonna be looking for some investors. You give me a couple of 100 credits, and I can get you in on the ground floor. You'll get a return of, oh, at least 20 times your investment.
At least 20 times? Okay, here's 200.
Wise move. I can see you really understand how business works. Now, when you see your chance, you jump it in, huh? That's my motto.
Should sign a contract, just in case.
Meet me back here later, and I'll have a down payment on what I owe you.
There's a few anime I watch in dub, but there's a good amount of anime I watch in sub form, in their original language. You know, like, for instance, if you try and watch, a very good comparison is Attack on Titan. If you watch Attack on Titan in English, it's pretty okay, it's decent. But man, when you watch it in Japanese, the voice acting is trillion times better. It's so much better. You just feel the intensity so much more in the Japanese version of Attack on Titan. But on the other hand, I do like to watch Dragon Ball in English, because mainly I grew up with English Dragon Ball.
Have you seen a mechanic about? Short fellow, bald. I've been looking.
Well, I'll be a Wookiee's uncle. Davin? Davin Coatrus?
Jolie? Jolie Pinto? Why, you old freak. Last time I saw you, you were still wandering the galaxy in that old tug. I thought you were dead, old man.
I crashed somewhere and decided to stay.
Yeah, I'll just bet. Damn, old man, you look exactly the same as the last time I saw you. You pickle well.
You're too kind. Not the young lad anymore yourself, I see. What are you, deaf? His name's Davin. Old friend from my Wanderer days. By the by, Davin, I really should be running off.
Of course, old man. Oh, wait. If you've been traveling in this sector, I suppose you heard about Sunry?
No, why? What's there to hear?
He's been picked up by the Selkath authorities on Manan for murder.
That's preposterous.
I know. Melora is beside herself.
Type weird stuff? What does that mean?
Maybe
I mean, you're on Twitch. Typing weird stuff is natural.
Jedi's assistance right about now.
Perhaps I will at that. It's up to my friend here, actually. I'm just tagging along. I'd appreciate that. Sunry's an old friend. I'd hate to see him hurt.
Same here. Well, it was good to see you again. Give my regards to Alora if you see her.
I will. Be safe, old friend.
It looks like I need to go back to another planet then. Yeah, I might have to do that. Oh, we're not playing this in hard mode. It's just one of our tags that we have in we're playing this just on normal difficulty. But usually when we're playing other games and all that, depending on the game, we just leave that tag in. So if you found this channel by the tag, it's because there are definitely some games, if not a majority of games, that we'll definitely try and play on the hardest difficulties. But in this game, we're just enjoying it and stuff like that. If you were wondering, it's like, yeah, I would definitely specify in the title that we're playing it on the hardest difficulty and things, but we're actually not. Sorry if that was misleading for the tag of the channel, because that's just a channel tag. That's not like the actual stream tag for like the current stream that we're doing. But yeah, we'll have the tendency to play games on harder difficulties whenever it feels like it's needed. I mean, technically, every game we play is on hard difficulty because we always put a handicap. I'm playing on a handicap right now. Yeah. See you, Otaku. Thanks for hanging out and enjoying the time. Got him. All right. You son of a bitch. Got him. Oh, you only search for this game? Hey, if it's like one of your favorite games to either play or watch on Twitch, then you're good. I guess if it's saying when you're searching, and if it says we're playing this game on hard mode, I'll probably change the tag. Just so I don't mislead people. Oh, you like KOTOR 2 a little bit better? Well, after we're done with this playthrough, we'll be playing KOTOR 2 sometime in the future. It'll probably be very close to this playthrough. It's hard mode enough because my character's bomb. Hey, look, I was just trying to make myself into the game. My name is Vince and everything too. Wait, why is everyone on? Why is everyone in here? Weird. Am I supposed to talk to them? Something's gonna. Why? What is going on? I am so confused. Why didn't it allow me to choose my party? Let's see what's going on. Okay. It must have been a glitch. I think it was a glitch. That was really weird. I've never seen that. Okay, so I think what we need to do... let's upgrade HK. So that's another handicap that I'm doing on myself is auto leveling characters that's not the main character. So that's another handicap that I'm kind of doing on myself, mainly because I can handle it, but it just makes the game harder. Okay. So I ran into a glitch that, well, of course, it was during the days where they never actually patched games. They never had to. Yeah, that is definitely a big handicap if you don't manually level it up. Let's see. Not quest items. Trying to remember how to, here we go. By planet. Order received. Public mercenary. You know, it's technically not a mission. I guess we just need to find a certain character that Joel will talk to. I don't know exactly where this person will be. Let's go to the map. Most likely probably going to be in the main areas. So I just want to see, this might be important to him, and it seems to be important to him, to visit an old friend and help him out.
Got something on your mind, do you? No, I never did I? Elusive? Me, elusive? Obviously, you've never tried to grab a Twi'lek dancing girl after drinking too much Onderon Willick juice.
Oh boy.
At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on. To bed! I'm old and tired, you know. How many kilometer-high trees can you find an interest in before you figure you've had enough? I'd bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. And then there's all the critters in the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask? So I could. Well, not having a ship does tend to put a damper on that kind of idea, however. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued. Of course not. Weren't you listening last time? I can see that you have a destiny before you, but the details are far from clear. In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off, as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you, but... I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make you sick.
It's true.
Your future will come of its own accord, trust me. Sometimes navel-gazing at it doesn't get you anywhere. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. You remind me a bit of Nomi. That bad.
I think we got about 3 star charts, so we've technically already finished Manaan, but like we finished Tatooine, we finished Kashyyyk, and then we finished it. Well, we did Tatooine first. Actually, no, this is our 4th star chart because we did the one on Dantooine. So we did the one on Dantooine, which is kind of like gonna be your first one. Then we did the one on Tatooine, that's the 2nd planet. And then this planet, and then Kashyyyk. So we have 4 of them found, and I think we have 2 more to find.
Nomi Sunrider. She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, fine lass. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere if you stand around chatting up old men all day. Nonsense. Have I ever refused to help you when you asked? How confused can one person be anyway? One thing I will say is that this little escapade does remind me a bit of my adventuring days before the war. Those were exciting times. Or at least it would remind me of those times if we didn't stand around. What's keeping you? You're too young to be so talkative. Shoo! Shoo!
Shoo! But yeah, for heads up, anyone new in the channel that's either lurking or, like V-Flip, this isn't my first playthrough. I played this game about 19 years ago. I played it twice, but since it's been that long since I played this game, it is kind of like a fresh new playthrough. I don't really remember a lot on what actually happened because it's been so long since I played it. So it's kind of like a nice, fresh game. Fresh, but older. It's a fresh, older game. Hopefully, whoever he needs to talk to will just kind of pop up in the area that we'll be in. Because I don't know the name of the guy we need to talk to. Let's see. I don't know if he'll be in here. Or if he'll be... I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll just go to every single area, and if for some reason dialogue doesn't get stricken up, we'll just go back to the ship. Oh. Okay, there we go. I hate that. I hate that every party member has to be very close to you in order to get to the next section. Sometimes they like to lollygag.
Jodie.
Oh, there we go.
It is you. I need your help.
Laura.
Yep, I did that one.
How did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why? Whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolie. Sunry has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
Oh, wait, is this the trial that we're talking about? Because there's multiple trials on this planet.
Calm down, Alora. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Alora. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry. Somehow.
So I guess this is the trial you're talking about. Because there's like 2 or 3 trials on the planet. It's kind of funny. Alright, we'll go to High Courts. That's a morality puzzle.
I suppose you're Sunry's only hope. We have to at least try to help him. Yes, but it almost seems too heavily stacked, doesn't it? Very
suspicious. It does. Yeah, if anyone knows the actual court of law and everything like that, most of the time the court hardly ever uses eyewitnesses, mainly because like those testimonies and all that are very inaccurate for the most part. Like people's memories and everything are very, very, very like, you know, it's a fractured memory in a way. Let's question. Is that him?
Jolie, what are you doing here?
Yeah, memories are super untrustworthy, even if you're a trustworthy type of person.
The courts went and made us arbiters for your case.
Just like old times, eh, Jolie? You come swooping in out of nowhere to save my tail from the fire?
You saved my wrinkle butt more than a few times as well, friend, if I recall. But there'll be time for catching up later. Right now, we need to focus on the case.
The case is a complete frame-up. Anyone looking at the evidence could see that. Or so I thought. But the Cellcats seem to think that there's enough to go to trial. There aren't any witnesses. All that evidence against me is circumstantial and completely flawed.
Well, let's go over the evidence then.
Well, I was at the hotel, I admit.
Okay.
And I did meet Alasa there that night, but it's not what you think. I was working with Republic Intelligence. We were pretending to feed information to the Sith. Well, I turned Alasa into a double agent working for us. It was going well, too, until she turned up dead. Maybe the Sith had found out I was turning her and...
So they probably killed her.
Eliminated. But let's look at the facts they've given. Alasa was brutally killed. Think about that. She was a Sith, trained in battle, and I'm just a crippled old man. My war injuries make it difficult for me to walk, even to hold things. See how my hands are shaking? How could I kill a Sith warrior at close quarters? I ask you! Further, they found my hero's cross at the crime scene. Would I leave my war medal behind if I killed someone? Even I'm not that stupid. Obviously, the Sith planted the cross. And what about the lack of forensic evidence? Skin and hair samples, clothing fibers. Why isn't there anything like that at the crime scene? Sounds like an obvious frame-up to me. I hope you can see how the Sith are manipulating the Cellcat, and probably even you to set up this against me. We need to get this over with quickly and clear my name. Anything else I can help you with? I want my Arbiter to be well prepared before we go to trial. Guess you could interview witnesses at the hotel where the murder happened. The Cellcath already did that, but the fish folk don't have much rapport with off-worlders. Maybe one of them was holding something back. But I think you'd be better off investigating the Sith themselves. Maybe you could find some proof they planted evidence to frame me. Though that might mean figuring out a way into the Sith embassy. Anything else I can help you with? I want my Arbiter to be well prepared before we go to trial. Go ahead, ask. Ask what you need to. I've got nothing to hide. How would they know? They weren't there. I heard some of the witnesses said that too, but I swear she was alive when I left. I wonder if the Sith have been putting pressure on people to get them to convict me. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Could be.
They've had it in for me since the war. You should ask everyone about that. They might admit to helping the Sith under pressure.
Alright, I'm gonna go and investigate the crime scene and maybe some witnesses?
Very well. I suppose there is still much you must do before the trial. Once you've gotten enough evidence to go to trial, just tell the warden we're ready. The sooner I get out of the cell, the better.
Okay. She's not considered a witness, right?
I hear you've been appointed as arbiter in Sunry's trial. My husband is innocent. Please don't let him go to jail for a crime he didn't commit. He's a cripple. There's no way he could have overpowered the Sith woman like they claim.
That's true. I'd forgotten about that. Let's not forget that he would have to have been considerably older than the Sith woman. I'm a Jedi.
Oh, zombie! What up?
In the Shadowlands until recently. That keeps you in shape, damn it. We're talking about Sunry here.
And there's no way he would do something so dishonorable as hit her from behind. Sunry's a decorated war hero. He's a hero of the Republic. Find the real evidence. That's all I ask. The real evidence will prove Sunry didn't do this.
Alright, I'm trying to remember Mercenary Enclave. I think the hotel is in the other sector, right? Like the eastern area. Hey, and thanks for the follow, V-Flip. Very much appreciated. Welcome to the community. Ba, 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 ba. Yes, I had a feeling that if it wasn't in that area, it's going to be in the east area. It's my conclusion.